Thank you to Last Ark Tactics Analog for sponsoring this video. Hello everybody, CritCrab here with another story, this one about, and I am seriously not taking it lightly when I say this, the greatest paladin of all time. He could even be, dare I say, the reincarnation of the man, the myth, the legend, Leroy Jenkins. Roll post. This happened a long time ago. I was running the Pathfinder Adventure Path, Rise of the Rune Lords for a party of 6. But the key players here are going to be the Witch and the Paladin. Anyway, the town of Sandpoint had kind of become the party's main base of operations after some shenanigans in which the Witch became King of the Goblins, long story, and agents of the campaign's villain decided that sending an army of monsters to attack the town was a great idea. This is a story about why you don't try to get out crazy player characters. No, not even if you're the big bad evil guy. The party spent most of a session fighting off giants who were trying to capture townsfolk. Eventually, the giants had been pushed back to the town bridge and the party was handling things pretty well. Just when all seemed to be turning in the party's favor, everyone heard a terrible roar approaching the town, and the giants stopped what they were doing, dropped their gear, and ran, shouting,
"Same team! Same team!"
The party was understandably confused when they saw a strange shape in the sky. A red dragon flew over the bridge and let loose its breath weapon, torching party members and giants alike. It also set part of the town on fire, which got the party's rogue to run back and try and rescue his love interest. Another long story. But the rest of the party unleashed a barrage of spells and arrows at the dragon as it looped back and actually dealt a lot of damage. The dragon got ready to make another flyby fire breath attack, and that's when things got interesting. The Witch, hovering just over the party with his flight hex, looked to the Paladin and asked,
"Do you want to do something really stupid?"
The Paladin only asked, "Will it get me close enough to hit the dragon?" And when the Witch nodded, the Paladin gave an enthusiastic, "Do it," and the madness began. The Witch grabbed the Paladin and cast Dimension Door so that he and the Paladin wound up being 100 feet over where the dragon was going to be on its flyby attack. And then the Witch let go. The Paladin, screaming battle cries and sacred oaths to Lamade, came plunging through the sky sword first and targeting the dragon for Smite Evil. I figured there was no way this was actually going to work. But the party should really learn from this act of blatant hubris, literally flying too close to the sun, and of course he rolled a natural 20. Of course the mad fool confirmed the critical. Go, you glorious creature! Don't let your dreams be dreams! Apparently the dice gods had decided, yeah, this dragon, he's gonna die. He's gonna die and it's gonna be awesome. So, I decided that the first 100 feet of fall damage that the Paladin took from his impact with Dragon would also be suffered by the Dragon, and that they would both also take damage from the remaining fall, as there was no way the Dragon would be able to keep flying after an impact like that right between the wings. Once all the fall damage was calculated, along with Smite and the regular longsword damage, the Dragon was very dead. The bridge was a pile of rubble, and the Paladin slowly dredged himself out of the river, with 4 HP remaining and the biggest possible smile on his face. The whole table was just laughing and cheering. This is why I love being behind the screen. While this kind of risky behavior eventually caught up with the Paladin, the party liked him so much that they just had him reincarnated via the reincarnate spell. He even came back as the same race, but I decided that he also came back as a she. The Paladin didn't care. The Paladin's only identity has only ever been Paladin. If anything, she's happier now because she better resembles her deity. The Paladin does what she wants, and what she wants is to serve Lamide, and the dice want her to serve Lamide.
CritCrab would never do this. Lamade? That is an I. That is an I.
The Paladin now breaks down gender barriers like how she broke both that bridge and that dragon's entire spine. Needless to say, the Paladin is now a recurring NPC in some of our campaigns. I've no doubt that her name alone still gives some giants terrifying flashbacks. Dragons probably tell stories of this warrior to misbehaving hatchlings to get them to do their chores. Through it all,
Lamide
sits in her hall in heaven and raises a glass to one of her favorite servants, that glorious lunatic. End post. I'm gonna preface this by saying, holy crap. But seriously, there is honestly so much to unpack here. Stories like this don't come up without a talented DM and a present and immersed party to go along with it. This story, and by extension the DM, really encapsulate the reason why so many like myself really, more than anything, love being behind the screen. Many people prefer to be players, which is totally understandable, because DMing successfully requires an element of work and effort. But moments like these make it all worth it. Making these kinds of memories with your friends as the Dungeon Master is a certain kind of high that I haven't experienced anywhere else. Also, I can't just sit down and accept that she died without knowing why. So, Coffee DM, if you can hear me, please tell me how she died.
I want to know too.
If you don't tell me, I will live the rest of my life in perpetual sorrow. Never knowing, always wondering. Anyways, if you enjoyed this video, please do leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more stories just like this one. Till next time. Big news! I've been receiving several questions from you about our amazing sponsor Last Arc Tactics Analog. The biggest one being when it's releasing. Well, get this, we spoke just earlier and they said that they should have a playable demo on their own website in a matter of days. Goodbye, obscurity. I've already used all of the allotted time for this ad, so I would just like to conclude by saying